When you wake up and your eyes are just closed shut with boogers, like
yeah, boogers are gross, man.
Yeah,
They're terrible.
they're the worst.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to EhCast. This is our podcast thing that we do.
Yeah.
And I'm Nathan, and
I'm Kevin.
exactly. We are those people. And we have a good show lined up today. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. We don't know half the stuff we'll be talking about, but it's good to be back in EhCast form, Kev. You know, it's been a while. We're counting down numbers. Oh, Jesus.
I don't know.
Is
it 61 or 60 to 51?
51, I think. 60 to 51, sure. Let's go with that. So anyway, we'll be doing more of our top 100 games of all time countdown of all time, which is very exciting. But first, Kevin, we got to get some housekeeping out of the way.
Yeah.
What games you been playing, man?
So recently I haven't been playing too much.
Okay.
I've a visitor from Australia.
From Australia, you say?
Australia.
The land down under.
Down under, yep. So, yeah, I've been busy doing touristy type activities and other things like that.
If that's what you want to call it.
Yeah. I feel like it might actually be
70-61. Yeah, it is 70-61. Nice.
Cool.
Oh, I got some good ones lined up here, too.
Yeah,
nice.
man.
Okay, sick, man. So you haven't been playing anything at all?
No.
Wow.
No. It's been quiet.
Crazy. Quiet. What have I been playing? I've been playing Kingdom Hearts a little bit. I've been playing as much as that recently. Actually, I don't even think I've played it since our Halloween special, which if you haven't seen, you should definitely watch. It's ridiculous. And also, Refugee pointed out something. He's like, hey, man, that music you used is terrible. And I was like, no, it's not. And then I listened like partway through, and it's literally like a seal's flopping around on a keyboard, like, blah, 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 blah. It's the most annoying sound in the world. I'm like,
Nice.
Shit, Refugee's totally right. I fucked up. But yeah, man. The main thing I've been doing a shit ton. Well, not a shit ton, but like a shit ton for me. Like I've spent a lot of time on it recently of just making something.
Yeah.
Making a thing that I can hopefully show off in maybe a week's time or two. We'll see.
Yeah.
Don't know. But yeah, so I'm stoked. I'm switching over to Unreal, which I've been talking about forever, but I finally am doing it. And Kevin's giving me a little bit of help, and it's good.
Pretty smooth so far.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I made a big thing.
Yeah.
It took a lot of time and a lot of brain power, a lot more brain power than I expected it to. But I mean, hopefully you can see where that brain power went whenever you play it, but probably not. People will just be like, of course it fits together. I'm like, oh, it took a long time to fit together.
Yeah.
But it was good. It's a lot of fun. So, man, what do you want to talk about? We got a lot of things we can talk about. Now, the holidays are coming up.
The holidays, yes.
The days of Holla.
This is like, time of the year they just start surrounding it. They're everywhere. And
They are
we
everywhere
just
you
finished Halloween.
The Halloweens. And now we got the Remembrance Day, which is much of a holiday. But we got the Christmas coming up.
Yeah.
And they're just shoving it down your throat. Buy or shit, basically, is the mentality for Christmas.
Yeah.
So we got any big games coming out this year? We've been looking at the list here. The list. So I think it's a really weak year, personally.
It's a little bit weird. And people are kind of... There's been a little bit of comment on it. Like,
yeah.
When one of the big releases is a HD re-release of an old game, then you know it's not the best holiday season.
No, it's really not.
I really think the biggest release was
Battlefield
1.
Yeah, Battlefield 1 looked good. Though, okay.
Call of Duty as well.
I'm gonna say something, and if you can't comment on it, that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Something that boggles my mind is the way they handled Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 coming out almost near exact dates, and I don't understand why they would do something like that.
They talked about
Can you comment?
They talked about it in their quarterly stockholders.
It just seems like they're cannibalizing their own games,
called.
And they're such similar games, and it's like Titanfall 2 just has no fucking chance.
It sounds like they kind of want to diverge which market segment that those games are targeting in the shooter market.
But they're the same market.
Yeah, they feel like it doesn't overlap much.
I would strongly disagree with that. You cannot comment. That's understandable. So, also, we got the Call of Duties. They came out when? Friday.
Call of Duty, it was just last week.
Yeah.
The best part about it is the Call of Duty 4 HD release.
Yeah, exactly. That is the best part of that, actually. It looked pretty good.
I have my buddy who I played like a lot of Call of Duty 4 with sending me messages and stuff.
There's a new Harvest Moon coming out? I didn't even know that. Or real bad?
So...
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there was Harvest Moon drama. Like there was drama.
I didn't know this at all. You throw it on me, Kev. So, shower me in your drama.
You've heard of Story of Seasons, right?
I think I played that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know who made that?
No.
Okay. Well, it's made by the same people who've made Harvest Moon for years and years and years.
Okay.
What happened is Natsume owns the Harvest Moon kind of thing.
Yep.
And they moved away from that company that I can't remember the name of, something interactive, I think. So yeah, they took that IP and didn't want that company making it anymore. So then they gave it to this new company, and the game looks so bad. It looks like a Game Maker game from 10 years ago.
Jesus,
it's
fuck.
Amazing. They might have made it look better by now, but like,
would they not
when
have
they first
like
started showing it off, it was rough looking.
Would they not have the engine to use, or no? Is that owned by the company who's
owned
developing?
by the company. So a lot of
so they just own the IP,
it's
but not
kind
the
of
engine.
IP
Oh
stuff,
wow,
like, things get really weird. Like a lot of all the sound assets basically were owned by that company.
Yeah.
So Story of Seasons sounds like a Harvest Moon game. Completely, like all the same sound effects.
That's interesting. So now, can you elucidate on the fact of, because I thought this was normal for, like, let's say Kojima's team, like he doesn't own Fox Engine anymore, and the new team that's making this new Metal Gear game, they get to use Fox Engine and all the assets, and it looks like normal Metal Gear. Is that not a standard deal?
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, it's a little bit different. Like, you know,
okay,
Kojima is just an employee,
right?
This is like
a whole team. Even though
the publisher owns the IP, but the team owns the engine and all the assets that aren't tied to the IP. And a lot of the time, those IP deals are very, very complicated. But it's fairly common that audio is not included as being with the IP because, like, you know, there isn't like Legend of Zelda footsteps.
Yeah.
There isn't, you know, that kind of like basic stuff. Like they're just basic sounds.
And that's
those
something
get tied to the IP, then that costs the company a crap ton of money to remake the same sound.
Right. And that's fair. And that's something that's interesting about sound effects in general. Like, I didn't know this until we started getting into this, but like into YouTube stuff and everything, you can't like really get royalties on a sound effect.
Yeah. So
like you don't even have to give credit to people for sound effects.
Really screwed.
By, super screwy.
Yeah, they're really screwed by copyright laws, specifically because they're short and generally just a recording of a real life thing. That makes them like common already.
Yeah, like something like this.
Really
like funny. I could play that all day long, Kev.
Yeah,
all day long. I'm not gonna though. It sounds like a boner popping out of someone's pants.
Yeah, it does.
But
yeah, the other kind of funny thing too is like the people who put sound effects into video games.
Yep.
They come with their own library of sounds from company to company and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you can have a game that sounds exactly like another game.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
It's because the employee worked on both.
Exactly. yeah.
So it's kind of funny.
It is kind of interesting that way for sure, man. So, okay, what else we got here in the lineup coming out? I don't know many of these.
So yeah,
Robinson the Journey. That looks not bad. That's made by, what, Crytek, I think?
Yeah, so that's PlayStation VR. I think it is coming for PC sometime eventually. But
okay.
It certainly looked pretty cool.
It looks kind of interesting, you know. What else we got? Oh, we got
Dishonored 2. You skipped over that.
Yeah. I didn't even see that. Yeah. So, okay, the first Dishonored, I never even played it.
Me neither.
It came out around the same time as Borderlands 2, and I was like, well, there's no competition here. So I didn't even bother.
Yeah. I was kind of skeptical, and then I heard it was fairly buggy.
Okay.
So I'm like, maybe I'll get it when it's on sale and less buggy.
Yeah.
And then I never did.
Never bothered.
So I think I will eventually, probably. Dishonored 2 looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my type of game. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
We've talked about stealth games before, I think. And I tend to not be stealthy.
You're really bad at stealth games.
Yeah,
I've seen this.
I just kill people instead of sneaking around.
Which is kind of mind-boggling because, like, if someone were to meet the two of us or just listen to the podcast, they'd be like, Nathan is way worse at stealth games than Kev. But that's not true. I actually like stealth games to an extent.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting. So did you like play the Batman games? Did you do that shit stealthy at all or no?
The Batman games are probably the ones I've done the most kind of stealthy stuff
in. Yeah.
And I think it's because I like the action after being stealthy because like you get up high and then you can drop down on people and like do cool stuff from there.
Yeah, you're not, when you get out of stealthy mode, you're like a fucking pussy. Like in Hitman, you're useless if you're not doing stealthy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
like
it goes into like a
real
big
quick
action scene and
I
think they did a good job of kind of matching a kind of more cinematic kind of vibe with it. But anyways, there's no Batman game coming out this holiday season, so
No Batman game, but we got the Watch Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs 2.
And you know what? I'm kind of excited for this one.
I didn't play the first.
I didn't bother playing the first either, but in my mind, and a lot of people have said this, I'm not the first for sure, but it seems like it's like the Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2 kind of thing. Assassin's Creed 1, a lot of people liked it at the time, and that boggled my mind. That game sucks.
Yeah, it was kind of just like, felt more like kind of proof of concept. Like, hey, there's a game here. There's some cool stuff.
There's
and
some
we can
cool
actually
stuff.
pull this off.
Yeah, but the character sucks. He's really bland. Who cares about Altair? No one. Everyone loves Ezio. It's just kind of the way it goes. And like the world felt a little bland and repetitive. It was kind of rinse and repeat over and over again.
Were overly repetitive.
Exactly, which is a lot of what I've heard with Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Now, Watch Dogs 2 seems like they've really invested in having a good character.
Yep.
And someone actually interesting. And it seems really fun.
Yeah.
You can do drone shit and you can like hack into people and stuff, and it seems more like what they promised.
The concept is always cool. Yeah, the execution is difficult to nail, and
yeah.
I think they kind of put too many things into the first game from what I understand, but hopefully they kind of figured out what's good of the second.
Yeah. Interesting. Now we got a big one coming up next year on the 18th. Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah. They ran out of...
They're running out of names. They ran out of names a long fucking time ago, dude.
It's true.
Like with the X and Y. And
X and Y,
come on now. Get out of here with that. So now, there's something interesting about this. I'm trying to look it up here. There's like Hawaii evolutions of Pokemon or something. Or there's something weird about this one. Just a second here. What do we got? Vamp for me, Kev. Vamp.
I don't know. This game seems like it's kind of made more for people who are like kind of more competitively into Pokemon and stuff. They're adding a lot of things to help you like train Pokemon and stuff. It seems pretty good for people who are really into Pokemon, but I'm not really sure what else like the game has to offer.
It's got Z moves. So they're a super powerful move that can only be used once during battle. That's interesting. I'm intrigued by that. I don't know if it's going to be good, but we'll see. It's also got a Pokemon Refresh feature, which allows player to care and feed for their Pokemon. Wow. Okay. I don't know if I like these games anymore. They've become kind of in a world of their own.
Adding more and more systems onto them and like different Pokemon completely.
When I don't know
that kind of like share the same space as Pokemon that already exist. That's what I don't get. There's a lot of people who like don't mind that at all and actually kind of like it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like we already have one kind of little fox-like Pokemon. Why are you adding a new one?
Yeah, exactly. There's no necessity. I mean, the amount of Pokemon they have in that world is just, it's outlandish.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous. Like, I was fine with the 150. I thought that was plenty. But then they added, the character lineup in gold. Pretty good.
Yeah.
But then they just keep adding like another 100 every game. It's like, stop. Like, your character artists are probably just like, I don't fucking know. Stick some rocks and a stick together. You got Stick Man. Like, it's real bad, and I don't know if you can be that creative with that many cute character designs for like 1,000 fucking little animals. Yeah. It's too many animals, Kev. Way too many animals. Now we got something coming out here that you're probably wondering why I clicked on it, and it's Darksiders. And
Did you play the original?
I did not play the original, but what really intrigues me is, have you heard what's going on with THQ? So THQ dead in the water, right?
Yeah.
Then all their IP bought by Nordic Games, and Nordic has now switched the name to like Nordic THQ.
Oh.
And this is the interesting part. They have like 29 games currently in development.
Oh.
Yes. That's more than like as far as like console games, that's more than like EA and Ubisoft like combined.
Yeah.
Fuck?
THQ Nordic is publishing it, developed by Vigil. So are they like just kind of like licensing the games out?
Yeah, they're the new one. So it's THQ Nordic. They're brand new. And they're, just a second here. What do we got? I'm doing research while we're talking.
THQ stands for Toy Headquarters. For all
I had
those
no
who didn't
idea.
know.
Wow.
That was cool information on there.
Okay, THQ Nordic is the parent. Just a second here. So yeah, they bought all their IPs, and they have a shit ton of games in the work right now. Maybe I won't be able to find it here. Anyway, it's in some press releases and stuff. Anyway. Yeah. It's interesting. I really didn't think THQ had that many great properties. And the reason why THQ fell to the wayside is because they made the middle of the road game.
Yeah, so
they made the sevens.
Before,
yeah,
they made these kind of they made those a lot of games that were 7 out of 10s, and like
Yeah.
they didn't make blockbuster games that sold well, but they made a lot of games that sold okay.
Yeah.
And they kind of survived on that, but that kind of went by the wayside.
There's no market for something like that anymore because sure, there's still probably the same amount of indies, or not indies. Jesus, no, not even close. There's probably still the same amount of big AAAs that come out every year that have for years, but the indies have really taken over that kind of middle ground market, and they're able to sell the games at a cheaper price. They're able to make them cheaper, and they make better fucking games.
Yep.
So there's no reason for someone to be like, oh, there's nothing out. Okay, I'm just going to buy this shitty THQ game. Well, no one's going to do that. They're going to buy some awesome $20 indie game, or they're going to, you know what I mean? Or there's a big AAA there to satiate their appetite. Like, it's just not necessary anymore. So I'll be interested
we'll
to see
if they survive.
Yeah, I mean, especially having that many games announced. 23 games in development. That's right there. Yeah. So, I mean, fuck, dude. That's a lot of games to have in development from a studio that's just getting its footing. Like, and they said it like it was a point of pride. Like, I would have had more faith in the studio for we have 2 games in development. Then I'd be like, okay, at least you're having strong focus on a couple of things.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they're doing some kind of like cool kind of new internal management type thing. Like, you know, maybe kind of thinking about things more in an indie developer kind of way, but I kind of doubt that.
I strongly doubt that. Now, our final one on the list is the Final Fantasies.
15.
Yes. I'm really excited for this game. There has been a lot of... there's way more than 15, too.
I know. That's what's funny, is because like 15, even though there's like... man, there's almost 15 versions of Final Fantasy 13, isn't there?
Oh, there's so many. Okay, just a second. How many games we got here, Kev? We got, holy fucking fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, these are only core Final Fantasy games. Yeah, those don't even count. Yeah, there's a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. Yeah, man, I'm excited for Final Fantasy 15. A lot of people aren't. But I've been going through a feel right now where I just really want to play a JRPG, something fierce. That's why I picked up Kingdom Hearts again, and like I got to a hard part and it's kicking my butt, and I'm like, I'll just develop something. I'll develop something I can beat. So there,
take that.
But yeah, man, I'm really excited to top in that world again. It looks like a really big world. I think they've bitten off way more than they can chew with this type of a game.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know. I don't know if it's going to deliver. We'll see. But people have been waiting for this game for so long. It's been developing for over 10 years.
People kind of feel like they haven't been delivering recently.
For a good while, yeah. And I would absolutely agree with that. I think the best thing they put out in a decent amount of time is probably Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn, which actually was a pretty good MMO.
Oh, okay.
You're in the world of MMOs. Can you... I know at launch it sucked, but it kind of... It then became a Realm Reborn, and that's pretty good, I hear.
Yeah, I don't know. I only ever played the one MMO that almost everybody's played. I'm like...
Fucking nerd.
I'm like, MMO noob.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't consider yourself well-versed in the MMO sphere?
No, not at all.
Oh, really?
Well, there's people who play like pretty much every MMO that comes out.
How does someone have time to do that?
I don't know.
Those games just require way too much time.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of changing a bit recently.
You think so?
There's been more MMO games that are kind of like, hey, get to max level pretty quickly because, you know, that's not the point of the game. It's the whole max level kind of thing is the point of the game, which... To be fair, makes sense. Even World of Warcraft's been moving that way too. But yeah, I think that's how they do it. Is they don't really get super into the games.
Now I'm curious. With an MMO, would like Facebook games technically count as an MMO because they are massively multiplayer online games? Like they are.
Yeah. MMO is a very very generic term. Pretty much everybody. Excuse me. When they say it, they mean an MMORPG.
MMORPG. Yeah.
Even
more then, like a Farmville is pretty much like an RPG. Yeah, because there's a leveling system. There is specific like character traits.
I wouldn't say
in those games. I think
I wouldn't say like Farmville is massively multiplayer though. You aren't interacting with more than one person at a time. I believe.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I have never played it.
And your interactions are asynchronous as well, so they can kind of happen whenever. So it's like yes, it's still multiplayer, but it's
yeah.
But yeah, there are definitely some kind of games where it's definitely an MMO, but it's not something people would think of as an MMO.
Right.
Which is kind of cool. I do like seeing the diversity of like online interactions. You know, it's one of the things I praise Dark Souls over is how they do their online interactions in that game. Very different than just like going to multiplayer mode, searching for a group of players, and going into the game with a group of players.
But at the same time, I would like that in Dark Souls. Like I would like for us to be able to join up in the new arena. Like, I can just be like, hey, I want my buddy Kevin to play with me in Dark Souls so we can kick some people's asses, record it, and put it on the channel. But no, you can't really do that. You can set it a password, and then you can get in that, and hopefully we end up on the same side.
Yeah.
It just seems like a lot of work, man.
Yeah, it's kind of goes both ways. I think it's something I heard a little while ago. I think it would be really cool. Dark Souls MMO.
Would they be able to get the combat the same though?
Probably not.
See, then I don't know if I'd want it, because I think that's my favorite thing about Dark Souls. Yeah. It's just the combat is so good.
It needs to stay tight, and even how it is, like, it's really not that tight online.
Yeah, online is like it's a
different
beast. Like you have to guess where the player's going to be when you're striking.
Yeah,
because like when you see hits, you're like, nah, that person didn't hit me, but like they hit where you were, kind of thing. Like it's really weird.
Yeah,
and then you're like, I hit that person. Okay, sure, I'll take it. Yeah. You just kind of swing in the general direction and hope.
You swing and hope they run into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, how you do it.
Yeah, but some of those people, man, for PvP are like really good. And like you can tell when someone's really good when they come up to you and do like a gesture or something, like a bow or something like that. You're like, I'm fucking dead. They're going to kick my ass.
Yeah.
You just know when they have the proper etiquette, you're going down.
Yeah.
And it's not going hot. So now what do we think of this holiday lineup, Kev? I'm not too impressed, to be honest.
It feels like... Is there any new IPs?
Shit. No.
I don't think there were.
As far as big games go. But I mean, would we know about another game that's like...
Oh, The Last Guardian.
Oh my God. How did we not mention that?
You didn't go down quite far enough. You were just in November.
Oh, shit. Okay, we got more to go. Super Mario Maker for the 3DS. Okay, so when's Last Guardian?
December 6th.
Okay, perfect. So what do you think about that?
The hype train worries me.
The hype train? You think there's a big hype train still going on for it?
Yeah, a lot of people are probably have really high expectations because of how long it's been developed for. And just the team behind it and everything. Like, I think people are expecting a new Shadow of the Colossus. And
they're not going to get it.
I feel like the game's probably been deconstructed and remade.
Yep.
So many times. I was like, you can't judge it based on the 10 years or however long they had to make it.
And if you think that all the same people are there that were there for Shadow of the Colossus, you're way off. Yeah. Like, there's no way those people stuck. I remember you would hear stories of be like, this big person who was a key designer in Shadow of the Colossus or whatever, they dropped out to join another studio probably because 10 fucking years to make a game.
Yeah.
Shit was hitting the fan.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it was absolutely hitting the fan in there. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it, but I'm not expecting much.
Yeah.
But you should keep in mind that I've never cared for Shadow of the Colossus or Eco. I think they're good games. I play them a little bit. I think they're really overrated.
Yeah, I'm definitely waiting for the reviews on it.
Yeah,
I think from the demos and stuff that people have played, they said it's feels decent, like what you expect. But then it's like, does it have that kind of like special little element? Like you're not going to be able to tell until you play the whole game.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for people to say like, yes, pick this game up because it's awesome, because of reasons I can't tell you.
Well, I mean, but I guess it just shows how inefficient Studio Japan is, or maybe just how volatile this project was. Because let's put it in perspective a little bit. So we had Uncharted 1 through 4. So Naughty Dog created a franchise and ended that franchise before they were able to release a new game.
Yep.
So in that period of time, we had all of the core Dark Souls, or what we're told, all the core Dark Souls games come out.
Yep.
That franchise started and ended.
Yep.
Before during the development. What else we got, Kev? We got some other good ones in there too, I know.
Modern Call of Duty.
Oh my God.
Call of Duty game. It's been during that time frame. Think about how many Call of Duties has come out.
Shit. Fuck, dude.
Yep.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole
that's crazy.
Yeah. What came out first? Halo 1 or
oh no, definitely Halo 1 came out first.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that would be something else.
That would be that'd be a stretch.
Yeah, but there's just so much other shit that has gone to development since then. Like it's I don't know, man. No faith in it whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
It's funny stuff. We'll see. I'm not on the hype train at all.
yeah.
I'm very cautiously optimistic that it'll be a good game, and I'll wait for reviews as I suggest everybody does.
Oh, don't pre-order this one. You're an idiot if you're pre-ordering this. I'm sorry, but that's just a bad decision.
I feel like it's going to turn out bad, and there's going to be like some guy who pre-ordered 2 games this year. The Last Guardian.
And No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Fuck you, Sony. He's just super pissed. Why do you keep letting me down like this? Yeah. So we got something here that I clicked on because it made me really happy for a second. It's called Space Hulk Deathwing. Looked it up. Has nothing to do with the Hulk. I was like, oh, that sounds sick. But no, it's not a thing. So yeah, those are the rest for the big game. Oh, we got Dead Rising 4 too. For people who are interested in that.
Dead Rising.
Yeah, it's more crazy zombie killing shit. It's like, it's crazy zombie killing shit. So you're like, oh, this is awesome. I'd definitely be into this. I've never found those games fun. Have you?
For small, limited amounts of times, if you can play it with friends.
Yeah, exactly. But like, if you're playing it by yourself, like, it's like Dynasty Warriors on crack.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you're killing hundreds of things and just trying to get place to place, and you move really slow, and it's just, I don't know. Obviously, it's appealing to some people because they made 4 of these games.
Yep.
So someone likes it, clearly. I'm not one of those people whatsoever. And we got a big one, which maybe not coming out this year, but still intrigued by it, Super Mario Run.
For the iOS.
The iOS is exclusively. How much money did they have to shovel over to them to get that exclusive? Probably a decent amount.
Probably a lot. It's Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
That game's going to clean shop, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It'll be cool. For probably a short amount of time again.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, it's an endless runner.
Yeah, everybody talk about it.
It's Cannonball.
This time, Nintendo's IP will spike, and they will receive money for it.
Yes.
So.
Yes, because I love that. Everyone's like, oh, Nintendo made this great. Nintendo didn't make that fucking game.
Yeah.
That was Niantic.
Yeah.
Cool your jets, kid.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll see what comes of that. But I don't know, man. It's interesting. I find over the years, the holiday lineup has become less and less of a big thing, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's so saturated, usually.
I'm not sure how much of it is like we're not kids anymore, so we're not
Maybe.
marketed towards.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does feel like, there's less developers holding on to games and release them during the holiday time. Like, think about how many games like get released like springtime now. Like springtime is almost the time of the year that I'm excited for video games because that's when like so much stuff comes out. I think all the Dark Souls games since Dark Souls 1, like all the games after that, have come out
spring release
during spring.
Yeah.
Blizzard normally releases their stuff spring.
Yeah, it's a less saturated market. I mean, that's when The Witcher came out as well, and another game, Dying Light. Is that the one where it's like a free running first person?
Yeah,
zombie game. Yeah, that another one. It would have gotten destroyed if it came out during the holiday season, but they pushed it ahead a little bit. Came out with I think a February release. Clean shop.
Yep. I think all the smaller developers and the indie developers don't release during holiday time because they can't get the advertisement out.
Yeah, well, I listened to a talk that you sent to me quite a while ago. It's from the guy who made Antichamber.
Antichamber.
And he really wanted to push for a holiday release. He's like, I got to get it. I got to get in there just a little before the holiday release.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to be on that wave. And people were like, no, man, just wait it out. Launch around like February, you'll be good. And he did, and he cleaned shop. He made a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, he said like
there were a lot of good things going on there too. He had the perfect storm.
He said all the like game news publishers like IGN and stuff like they didn't have anything to talk about, so of course they talked about
exactly
because they need something to
Slow
talk
news
about
week.
too.
Yeah, they need something to talk about. The game getting good reviews. Of course, you're going to talk about it. You're going to hype it up. How awesome is this game? It came out of nowhere. Nothing else to play.
Yeah.
Then you get that big hype, and then I mean, I can definitely see why we're getting bigger games coming out in that the opposite of holiday, the spring season.
Yeah.
Q1. Is that what that is? End of Q1? Start of Q1 and end of Q4, right?
Yes.
Business stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things.
Sort
of, kind of, maybe, almost, somewhat. Yeah, man. So I'm not really that excited. There's nothing that I want to play there.
Nothing crazy
aside
this
from
year.
Final Fantasy.
I feel like we're kind of missing a few genres.
Yeah.
Last Guardian's like the only adventure game.
Yeah.
And I feel like adventure games normally do come out like holiday season.
Well, what do you mean to say adventure game? Because we're definitely getting a Batman game in that amount of time. Telltale
in
Batman
time frame.
Yeah.
Oh.
Telltale Batman. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. No, I don't mean like Telltale type
Oh,
game,
okay,
but kind of
okay.
something kind of more like Last Guardian, like
Right.
Legend of Zelda, that kind of
Right. Yeah.
sort of puzzle, sort of
Yep.
adventure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like a classic kind of game like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I don't know much more like that. Coming out. That's not really a super popular genre anymore, is it?
yeah. I think it's kind of lost its
Mm.
popularity a bit, but I don't know. I think when I'm excited for new IPs, it's new IPs in that genre.
Yeah. Which I think Horizon Zero Dawn looks like something like that. Maybe we'll see.
Do you know what's coming out this spring?
What's that?
Ukulele.
Oh man, you're so stoked.
I know.
You're so stoked on it. Speaking of the ukuleles, if you haven't caught on, because of Kevin's Australian visitor friend, he's a little busy right now. He's occupied doing stuff and things.
Yes.
So he's not able to do Let's Plays. So we're switching it up a little bit. I'm going to be doing like developer Let's Plays and some other stuff like that. So basically, I'm just making all the additional content, and he's still going to be in the podcast. I've roped him in
Yep.
to doing that.
Feel obligated.
You feel obligated. You like this.
For the
You
viewers.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you enjoy
Must
this.
do it for our loyal viewers.
Our loyal viewers.
I do enjoy it too, especially top 10 or top 100 list,
The top 100 list.
which I think we should get into.
Have you heard that? Dun, 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 dun. I got no song for it, so I'm just going to put this on. Yeah, it's dramatic, Kevin. My God, have you heard of this? These guys, these CGM boys, they're doing a top 100 list of the best games of all time. Now, we're going to quickly count down the last top 10 they did of their list, which is 89 to 71. 81.
80 to 71.
Yeah, nailed it. Okay, now, Nathan had, and I'm going to run through them real quick. We got Roller Coaster Tycoon, Sims 2, Smuggler's Run, Tomb Raider Remake, Lifeline, Banjo, Nuts and Bolts, South Park, Stick of Truth, Heavy Rain, and Kerbal Space Program with the Mario Tennis finisher.
Nice.
Now, what do you got, Kevin?
Back me for 80, Project Cars, Cascarova, and then Magica, the first one. 77 was Elite Dangerous, then Lifeline, 3, Majora's Mask at 74, Metroid Prime, Counter-Strike Source, and Pokemon Snap at 71.
Beautiful. Now, starting things off, I got an Xbox exclusive game. And I'm talking original Xbox, Crimson fucking Skies.
Crimson Skies.
How awesome was that game? Did you play it, man?
I never played it. I've seen a bit.
It was sick. Like I've never been into dogfights since or before that. But I was really into that. Actually, no, I was kind of into dogfights a little bit. And could you do dogfights in Halo 2? There was some type of flying vehicles.
Banshees.
Yeah. Those were fun.
Yeah.
But man, the dogfights in Crimson Skies were awesome. My buddies and I would just get together and we would just play like local split screen.
Yeah.
And just go around and kill each other. Like I think I did the campaign. I don't really remember it too well, but that multiplayer was a lot of fun. And I'm really disappointed that we didn't get another Crimson Skies.
Yeah, I think some that people kind of bring up about Battlefield 1942, which is like a beloved one from fans of the franchise. Yeah, it is really like the aerial combat and stuff.
It's just fun, man.
Crimson Skies just kind of like focused on that. And
oh yeah, and like it was sick, man. When you're playing like 4 players and you got like 2-on-2, right? And then you got someone on your tail, but you can't see him. And then your buddy's coming up behind. He's like, "Fuck, you got someone on your 6." You gotta spin around, try to get around a building, and like outmaneuver the other person to be able to shoot them.
Yeah,
that's fun as shit.
Yeah,
I love that. So like, I'm hoping I can get my VR leg soon enough because I feel like that is going to be amazing in
that's
VR.
So good. Like just like plane and space ship stuff flying around. Like that's the best way to play a VR game due to locomotion issues. I think,
man.
Anyways.
Oh, it seems totally sick. Okay, what you got, Kev?
My number 70 is Warcraft 2.
Ooh, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
The old Warcraft.
I figured it'd be a little further down on the list, but okay. Is Warcraft 2? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah.
High ranked. So Warcraft 2 is it has its problems, namely it's an old game.
Yeah.
At the time, completely awesome revolutionary. Now it's pretty difficult to play.
Okay.
The groups that you can select are relatively small, but that is one of the things that they improved over Warcraft 1.
Right.
I think it came out like a year after Warcraft 1 or something. Like the amount of things they improved in that time was
quick.
Insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like all the units and stuff and the tech branches for like building bases and stuff. That was like my first introduction to like that kind of RTS game where like you build up like buildings, like you can make these units and then you can build this other building, lets you make this other unit, but you gotta upgrade your main building and stuff. Like that kind of stuff was my first introduction to that, and that I was just kind of like blown away by like how much cool stuff you could do. I don't know, there's so much cool things. There's so many units in that game. The story style and the guidebook I freaking loved. So,
it's got a good guidebook, eh?
The guidebook, yeah. There's a lot of art by like Chris Metzen and other like other big names on the team. Yeah, they just stuffed it and like a whole bunch of lore and stuff in there.
That's awesome, man.
So good, so good.
I've never gotten into the guidebooks.
Yeah.
Did you know? Is that something you normally do for games?
Oh, sorry. I don't mean like a guidebook that like you buy.
Oh.
I mean like the book that came with the game. Oh. Because those things were like, back then they were fleshed out and full things. They had like big lore sections.
Weren't
and
those
stuff in
the
them.
best, man? You buy a new game and then your parents are driving you home and you read through the book and stuff. You're like, oh, this is going to be so good.
Yeah.
They don't include those anymore.
Yeah.
Like the instruction manual. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, instruction manual.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, guidebook. But yeah. Nice, man. You know what I learned that I didn't know? Warcraft. I didn't know this, but that was Blizzard's first game. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's what I heard from the Diablo guy.
Yeah.
Okay. First Warcraft. That's the one they went off to do, right? Yeah, I think so.
First IP, I believe, was Warcraft.
Oh, did they do another contract game before that? Oh, okay. Okay, so their first IP, their first big game.
Yeah, they made.
Really?
Yeah, they made.
Maybe
Vikings was after Warcraft.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Good stuff.
Interesting. But yeah, no, I'm really intrigued by that. So now my next one, I got Infamous 1. A Sucker Punch classic.
Yeah.
And Sucker Punch is one of those studios that, I don't know, I'm a little upset that Second Son didn't live up to what it could be.
Yeah.
The problem with Second Son is that it provided you with a more gritty, down-to-earth world, and it, it was realistic. It was Seattle, man. And you were in it, and the powers were cool. But then it had more of the dumbed-down comic book system of, like, are you going to go with the blue choice or the red choice? There was no gray in there, which you expected from something like that. But Infamous 1, it's like, we're a fucking comic book. We are a comic book, and this is what you're getting into. You're a bike messenger. There's a crazy explosion. You now have awesome electric powers. Go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was awesome, man. Really interesting story. I'm going to spoil the shit out of it right now, so you haven't played this game. I don't know. Fucking do something about it. You had your time. It had... did you know the story in this game?
No.
Okay. It's got a crazy time travel mind fuck. The bad guy that you're fighting is actually you. And he went back in time because he had to prepare you and set you down a certain path to be able to fight this big bad thing that's coming. Basically, so he was like, okay, this thing called the Beast is going to end the fucking world. So, obviously, I'm the only one who can stop it. I need to get my shit together. And there's this one key pivotal point in the story where Kessler, that's the name of the bad guy, and Nicole McGrath, and Kessler's holding up. He's not holding up your girlfriend, but basically, he has your girlfriend on one side, and she's going to drop, or 10 doctors. And you got to make the decision, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a tough fucking one to make, right? Because, I mean, I went with the good choice, which is you got to save the doctors. Because they have the choice, they have the ability to save countless lives. Like, it's just, it's an obvious choice. But, and then when you finally fucking find out, and they show you through, like, the comic strip, like, the way it shows its cutscenes is in, like, comic strips, too. It's just, man, it hits you right in the heart. You're like, shit. I mean, he was a bad guy, but, like, not really. He was just preparing me for this way worse thing. And it was so good.
Nice.
Oh, man. Infamous 1 is sick. Okay,
That's
what you got,
really
Kev?
My number 69 is
69.
a classic game nowadays, especially with the kids. Minecraft.
Ooh, the Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah.
Okay. What's your story with the Minecrafts now?
Really cool game. I got in on it pretty early thanks to my brother, who I get called a hipster a lot, but my brother's like
he's a super hipster.
Next level. Yeah, he got into Minecraft like so stupidly early because he was into a similar game called Roblox.
Okay, I didn't even know this.
Yeah, so he was into Roblox, and of course within that community they kind of found out about Minecraft because it's sort of similar in a way. And then he got into Minecraft, showed me and stuff, and yeah, just great, calming, peaceful, serene game to play.
Oh yeah.
It's just fun making stuff. Like we both really like making stuff, so being able to do that in kind of like game format, pretty cool. Especially just kind of simple block stuff. The music in it is what stands out to me absolutely the most.
Right.
For Minecraft, I think that's one of the last things I'll forget is just kind of that really like slow, occasional note kind of music.
Yep.
Like just perfect fit for the game. And yeah, playing it with friends and stuff. It's a lot of fun too.
Super engaging. It's on my list further, so I won't talk much about it. But what I will say, I feel like that game set the precedent for it being okay to do like a green light like thing. I know it wasn't a green light game, but it was in development forever, but people were still playing it.
Yeah, it really did.
And
like,
I hadn't heard of any other games doing that before this.
Yeah.
So, but you hear that shit all the time now.
Yeah, it's normal now.
Yeah, so I really think Minecraft is what paved the way for that.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
Yeah, and no, really interesting game, and I'd love to talk about it later. So, my next one, I don't know if it's my favorite Rockstar game. Yeah, it's actually my favorite Rockstar game. Fucking Bully. Have you played it?
I haven't played Bully now.
Bully is awesome. It got a real bad rap at the time. It was like, oh, you're bullying kids, but like, you're the bully who fights the worst bullies. You're really not that much of a bully. I mean, you can go give kids a wedgie if you want, but like, you're not that big of an asshole. That's kind of
what they showed off in the marketing too, though, right?
Yeah, well, they wanted to be brash and they wanted to, get the parents talking and because any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah,
I fucked that word up so hard, but that's okay. Yeah, Bully is it's a really interesting game, and it tells like a just story about a dumb kid in high school, not even in high school, in junior high.
Yeah,
and you're just trying to make your way through this kind of socially awkward world, and you have the preppy kids dating their cousins, and it's really funny, goofy, kind of more innocent fun, especially for Rockstar. It's definitely on the more innocent side of things, and it was just a really fun game because like you're doing all these crazy missions and stuff, but then you got to go take a math test. You know what I mean? Like you're still a kid in junior high. Like it's I don't know. They really balanced that well, and I really hope to see a Bully game come out sometime in the future because everyone's like, "Oh, Red Dead 3, super excited." I'm like, man, I'm just waiting for Bully 2. Like, oh, I want Bully 2 so bad.
Yeah, I think you're in the minority there.
I know. Red Dead was pretty good, but yeah. Okay, what you got?
For number 68, I have a classic that people would probably put in probably the top 3 of all time.
Oh shit!
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Okay,
I know neither of us would put it in the top 3 of all time.
Nope.
But
I'll tell you my experience with it in a bit.
Yeah, it's mostly based on my experience with it. Yeah, it's just I never got super into it when it came out because I wasn't into puzzly type games. And that was probably one of the first kind of like puzzly adventure games.
Yeah,
I'd ever really played. So I found it really difficult and slow going. That kind of stuff. So yeah, I didn't have a huge, fantastic memory of it when it first came out.
Yeah.
When I grew up a little bit, I replayed it and beat it and stuff. And it's a good game. But at that point, I'd already played Wind Waker, I think.
Oh shit! So
it was a long while later. So I still preferred Wind Waker because it just felt newer. It had a significantly more.
It was more
unique
refined.
style of its own. Whereas Ocarina of Time is much more kind of standard fantasy fare.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I still really enjoyed it. I don't want to speak badly of it. It's still 68 of my top 100 games I've ever had an experience.
It's still on the list.
And it is a fantastic game.
It just didn't have a big impact for you.
Yeah, it's not a huge impact for me, and I feel like it really doesn't stand up to the test of time. Really, it's clunky. The puzzles and stuff still work, but it's like almost every aspect of it could be done better.
Yeah. I think people just look at it with rose-tinted glasses, and because neither of us played it when it came out, it just doesn't resonate with me that way. I remember though, watching my buddy Dan, shout out to you, and anyway, he played it, and I watched this. That's what we would do. And I remember looking at that game, and the first time I saw it, I was like, holy shit. I didn't know a game could look like that, man.
Yeah.
It looked so, it looks like shit now, but it looked so pretty at the time. I was like, this looks like real life. This is real life.
The best way to compare it to Mario 64.
Yeah.
And you'll instantly see the difference between...
Oh, yeah. It's a much nicer looking game.
And it's kind of funny. So, it's a little bit of programming stuff. Mario 64, all its art.
Yep.
There's no textures in the game.
You told me this.
The models and stuff are just colored.
Yeah.
And they just have a color to them. And that's it. So it's all these kind of really flat colors, and they all match up with the vertices of the model and everything perfectly.
Yep.
Ocarina of Time actually does have textures and stuff. So you get grass texture, the rock textures, and all that kind of stuff. And they did a fantastic job of actually making it work, and especially in kind of a big world.
Oh, yeah.
That you can go indoors and outdoors of. They have to handle each. So yeah, that's really, really awesome that they managed to do it.
Yeah, and so like my big thing I remember from it is he was playing it, and I was just there watching him, play games and shit, shooting the shit. And anyway, he was on the final boss. It was Gandorf, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, shooting those fireballs at you. We're like, what the fuck are we supposed to do here? And then we just hit one, and it bounced back and hit him. And we're like, oh, we thought we broke the game. We didn't know we were supposed to do that. We're like, oh my God, woo, we're kicking his ass now. And like, that was a sick moment.
Yeah.
It still doesn't make my list, but that was a sick moment that I'll just be like, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome figuring that out. So now my next one, now this is a weird one for being on my list. I played this game. I never actually beat it myself. I started it a couple times. My parents bought this for me for a Christmas one time because I really wanted Mass Effect 2, but Mass Effect 2 wasn't out yet. So they're like, we'll get you Dragon Age. So they got me Dragon Age 1, and because my parents knowledgeable enough to be like, well, both made by BioWare. I'm like, good on you, Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of parents wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think they asked the guy at EB. That must have been it.
Probably,
but they're like, well, we know that BioWare makes that game. I'm like, you're just trying to impress me now. But anyway, the reason why it's on my list is because my brother's never really been totally a gamer. But to see him fall in love with this game was just something really special.
Yeah.
He went into this game hard. Like, he's always liked the fantasy kind of side of things, and it's just because we both think it's just a really interesting, I don't know, I just think the fantasy side of things is just really interesting. And it tells a fucking awesome story.
Yeah.
You need this bad thing is gonna happen. You got the blight, it's coming, we gotta do something about it. And you gotta unite, you gotta basically go to the people who've made a treaty with you and be like, yo, what the fuck? We gotta do something about this. Let's end this shit. And you gotta go to all these areas. You can go and do it out of order, and you get these party members and everything like that. And you just gotta do these side quests when you get there, to get the people on your side. But it was, I don't know, man. It had some great voice acting in it, great acting all around, and really interesting side plots and really interesting characters. And I think a big way they did this was with the banter they had going on there. So it's like, they would say something totally unrelated to the mission. And I think that's the first time in a game where I had something like that. Like, not just like standing dialogue or waiting around, but like they would just be like, oh, what'd you think about this?
Kind of
this,
feels
and this?
like a natural conversation.
It feels like a natural conversation in an open world.
Yeah.
And it really gave a lot of life to the characters.
Yeah, it's really good. One thing I really like about the story of it is it feels like you're going to town to do all these like kind of like political things, right? Like, it feels like, yes, you're actually kind of in this world, and like, people have their own concerns and their own agendas and stuff. So like, it feels very real in that way, but then you're also kind of mixed in with these kind of like character stories, and you have to grow your relationships with these characters, or like even just help one person do something so that they can help you on your thing. Alongside all that like political stuff, like just that mix, I feel like they really nailed.
Oh, really nailed it. And then like, it's still like a Mass Effect game, right? Like, you can do it or you can not do it. You can say, go fuck yourself. And then you have to live with the consequences of that. And there's multiple endings and variations. And like the ending of that game too, like there's a lot of different ways you can take that, where certain people have to be sacrificed, or you can, have sex with a girl and then have a demon baby that has to do some shit. Like, it gets awesome, man.
Yep.
That game is just, really good. Really good game. I wish I got into it more myself, but just seeing Thomas get so into it, I was like, it's the shit.
Yeah.
Cool. What you got, Kev?
SSX on tour at 67.
On tour? Okay.
On
okay.
tour. So, one reason that this SSX game, I hate saying that, it's difficult to say.
It is hard. This SSX. Oh, jeez. Yep.
One reason it stands out for me a lot is because of the art style of it. It's just that really like kind of punky, kind of
super
like
punk
high school kid.
Yep. Came at the same year as American Wasteland, actually. Yeah. Looks so similar. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really similar. Yeah, I don't know. Just the theme of stuff of it was so cool. I really, really like the mountain.
Yeah.
That takes place on. Like, there's so many fun routes and stuff. Lots of good stuff to unlock. And I don't know, it just felt good. The music in is fantastic too. Which is so big for sports games at the time. It's like, well, which one do you prefer the music of? It's probably the one you're going to play the most.
Yeah. Having a killer soundtrack is what really brought you into a sports game like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really like the SSX series. I'm pretty sure I have 3 further down on my list, but On Tour didn't make it for me just because 3 is at such a high spot in my mind that it's never going to touch it.
I think On Tour is my most played of them, but yeah, I really enjoyed Tricky in 3 as well.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's not on my list. Okay, well, whatever.
What do you got at 66 there?
Okay, my 66. Interesting choice. Why did I do this? Whatever. Okay, Little Big Planet 2.
So what makes that an interesting choice?
Because I'm looking at it right now and I'm going, oh, really? I put Little Big Planet 2? Okay, whatever. But you know what, though? Okay, the reason why I put Little Big Planet 2, I really liked Little Big Planet 1, but Little Big Planet 2 is just that much better. And the two together, I don't know, just make this awesome experience. Because Little Big Planet was the first time I had a lot of experience with UGC. UGC is user-generated content.
Yeah.
And they made it really easy for users. Basically, that was the game. I mean, sure, they made a story to show you how to make the tools to do the shit.
Yep.
But the game is, here's your tools, go make something.
Yep.
And I wasn't as clever as other people, but it was awesome to play their stuff.
Yeah,
and it was interesting to see themes take hold. Like, for a while there, a shark game, that was awesome. Because you get sharks, and you just set them on random paths, and you'd have to run on these platforms, and these sharks would just shoot out of the water and fucking kill you. And the sharks were just going everywhere. You just had to run to the end and hope you made it. Or then there was other ones like Bomb Shelter, where bombs would just start dropping randomly, and they would explode the foam. So the foam is the ground.
Yep.
And then you'd have to try and avoid the bombs and hopefully hide. And you just made epic stories with your friends. Be like, oh shit, the bombs are coming. And you're like trying to hide under this spot, holding a piece of foam over your head, hoping it protects you. And just,
yeah.
I don't know, man. It was one of those games where I just played with my family so much. And, like, they just did funny little things where you could control one arm, and if you move the arm quickly, you can slap the other person. Like, just cute little things like that. And Sackboy is an adorable character.
Oh, yeah.
One of the staples of the PlayStation brand at this point. But speaking about that, I just want to go on a small tangent. I think Media Molecule is an interesting studio, but I don't know if Dreams is going to work out. Have you heard of this, Dreams?
Dreams? Like, it's a Microsoft thing? Or a different thing?
It's a Sony thing.
Okay.
It's definitely a Sony thing.
Different
And
thing.
anyway, it's being made by Media Molecule, and it takes that approach of Little Big Planet in the sense that you create the games, but it runs way too far with it. Where you make, like, you are actually making a game with, like,
yeah.
like you're actually doing it. And I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to work out. It seems like too abstract of a concept. That studio is artists. And I don't mean they're all like, oh, they all draw and everything. No, they're artists through and through. And I don't know if they want to make a game. They want to make something for you to make something.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well it's going to work out. But anyway, Little Big Planet 2, good game. What
Nice.
you got, Kev?
My 66 is Star Fox Assault.
Oh, I haven't even heard of that.
So, I don't know. It's interesting to me. I never played Star Fox 64 much, and that's a game that like people absolutely love the crap out of. My real first foray into Star Fox of my own was Star Fox Assault, and to me it does feel like a follow up to Star Fox 64.
Go on.
But like so many people don't say that, and they're like, "Oh, I want a Star Fox 64 sequel." I think it's because of the land and the tank sections. Like they like complain about so much in Star Fox Assault.
Mm-hmm.
Star Fox 64 was like completely R-wings. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't mind them that much. I don't find them that bad. I find them kind of interesting, and there's still a lot of really really good R-wing sequences in Star Fox Assault. And yeah, I don't know. I like it.
I'm going to be real. As soon as you started talking about this, I left the room and went to go get nachos because I have nothing to add to that.
Yep. Fair
Plus,
enough.
I'm starving. But then I saw the nachos have beans on them. Why'd you do that, Kev?
That was Phoebe.
Oh, I mean, good on you. It's your
It's
your
good.
call.
It tastes Mexican. It's
Yeah,
good.
I just don't like beans.
Yeah.
Plus, I've been really gassy today. It's going to be a bad mix.
Oh,
Man,
lovely.
I was dropping bombs like crazy. I farted real loud last night. I think you noticed it. I don't know if she noticed it.
Who knows?
It was. Did you
I
notice that? Though?
noticed.
Oh my god!
It was
I
long.
think that was the longest.
It was the length of it that was
I know.
shocking.
It's the length, but it had a decent amount of girth to it. Like it wasn't like a long skinny fart.
Yeah.
It was like a long like a foghorn, like a
Deep bellow.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's gross. So what we got next is
65?
Ooh. Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess, good one.
It's my favorite Zelda game. It's the only one I finished.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
It is a good game.
It's-
A lot of people don't like it, and it's weird. It's like it's such a full Zelda game.
Yeah.
Like, it's got pretty much everything you want. My biggest complaint is if you're starting up a new game, it feels like it's a long while until you actually get going.
Right.
Because like until you can freely change between Wolfform and Link, then you're not really accomplishing much.
Yeah, you're just kind of running around
completing missions.
But like, I'm gonna be real about this. That's my favorite fishing game of all time.
Oh man, so good.
The fishing in it was sick.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they fleshed out a mini game like that to be awesome. I spent hours and hours fishing.
It just the game's beautiful too.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You know, going into that canyon and like fishing there. And...
Yeah. No, it was just a good game.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it had clever dungeons. It gave out the items cool times, and when you get like a bitchin' item and you're like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like
I
just
feel
spinning
like
around. Oh yeah.
The dungeons for it are less memorable than some other Zelda games, but
Okay.
I think the only one that really stands out for me is the Ice Mansion.
Okay. I don't even remember that. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
So.
That's fair. But yeah, it's good.
Holy shit,
Good
it's
stuff.
been 10 years. That's crazy to think about. Okay, anyway. What you got?
What I have at 65 is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
I hear that game's good.
This is a Sonic game where you can raise the little Chow pets and like.
Maybe I haven't heard of this
stuff with
game.
them.
What the hell?
No, it's not the main purpose of the game.
Oh, okay.
But like the main purpose is like the classic Sonic 3D where you're just running around. But they actually accomplished it fairly decently as far as they've done Sonic 3D stuff. It's just mostly like the Chow pet mini game kind of thing is awesome because you unlock these things that let you raise different Chows and make them stronger and stuff.
So what is the Chow?
It's like those little alien looking things. They got big round heads.
Are those the things that are getting collected by Dr. Eggman? That you then free? You know what I'm talking about? Those
Dr.
little animals?
Eggman's normally just animals.
Oh, just
But
any
I think
animal.
in some
Oh,
other
okay.
games, it is Chows.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting. So now my next one, I talked about it a couple seconds ago, Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
Made it a little higher on the list of Dragon Age. Mass Effect 2 is awesome.
I haven't played any Mass Effect games.
I have the collection.
Yeah, I need to play through them.
Yeah.
I think I own a bunch on my computer, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you work for EA. Yeah, you should do it.
Yeah.
You should really play the games. I mean, now, okay. The first one is my favorite, and I don't know if I made it further on the list. Oh, no, never mind. I know that Mass Effect 2 is a better game.
Yeah.
It is. It's a stronger game. It's just built better.
Yeah.
But I like the story of Mass Effect 1 more. But Mass Effect 2 was awesome. I don't know, just the way you get to... I just love that world. I love space.
Yeah.
Space is fun shit.
Spacey sci-fi stuff.
Spacey sci-fi stuff. It's like you're living in a Star Trek world.
Yeah.
Basically. And you talk to people and you make actual consequences that really do matter. And maybe they don't matter so much in the third game, but it doesn't mean the other games aren't good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because the ending doesn't pan out, that's something that pisses me off. But that's neither here nor there, Kevin, because Mass Effect 2 is awesome.
Yeah.
And I eagerly awaited the release of that. I was just like, that was the first time I was really just stoked on a release date of a game. I'm like, come out now. Come out now. So really stoked on that one. Okay, what you got, Kev?
Number 64, I have Gears of War 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
I played that one.
It's a good game. I think it's...
I didn't think it'd be that
I think
high
it's
on
the
your
only
list.
Gears game I have on here.
You never talk about Gears at all. I didn't even think you liked it.
It's not a game I've been obsessed with, but it is a game I've put a lot of time into, namely with
Horde
friends playing Horde mode.
Horde mode is sick.
But I think the reason Gears of War 2 is on here so high is actually the story. Have you played through the story?
No, I got stuck. Couldn't beat it.
Well, there's a really sad moment in this story, and it's like, yeah, really touching. It's great, and the rest of the story is pretty like it feels like a struggle the whole time. They do a good job out of that, and yeah, I like the story. Horde mode, addictive. Multiplayer, not too bad. Much better than Gears 1, which I think is why this made it over, and the story stuff too.
Yeah, and that's something interesting about that game. I heard a lot of people say that the story is really good. And you wouldn't expect that from a game with big dumb space marines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't expect much from it. You're like,
it's like marketed towards burros, but it has like a very, very touching story and like very kind of like basic human condition kind of story.
Yeah. No, and I think they really nailed it with that. I mean, the thing that always reminds me of Gears of War, just that like is a franchise that maybe I should play that trailer, man. The Mad World trailer.
Mad World trailer,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
So good.
So good. Oh shit. Okay. My next one we got on the list. Ooh. Paper Mario 64.
Ooh, great game.
Great game. I love that game, man. It was I don't know if I ever beat it. I think I beat it. I was getting far on it, and then my buddy took his console back, and I was like, shit.
Oh, no.
And then I was trying to beat it again a couple years back on my Mac. I had like an emulator, and then it glitched out on me, and I was like, I was like halfway through. I'm like, come on.
I have it on the Wii for the Virtual Console.
Yeah?
We can get you through that game.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's fun, man.
Yeah,
it's a lot
so
of fun.
Good. So
It's
good.
like-
just charming. Just so charming.
It's like they looked at Mario RPG, and they're like, okay, people like this. Let's roll with it.
Yeah.
And then they made the Paper Mario universe, and it's good.
Yeah. A lot of people don't feel like it is a proper follow-up to Super Mario RPG, but
I mean, it's pretty close.
yeah.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, definitely.
And the companion system was cool too. The fact that you need to use them to interact with things in like the overworld. Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah, it was a clever game. And it did have a slightly deeper combat system because, you could get more points if you had good reaction timing or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it rewarded good play.
Yep.
So, yeah, great game.
Yeah.
Great game. What you got?
At number 63, I have a game that is just known for being a gem
Okay.
that nobody bought. It's Kirby Air Ride.
I never
Yeah. See.
got nothing.
Like it was such like a quiet game, and it's made by like the Kirby people, HAL Laboratories.
Yep.
And the point of the game is mostly racing around on the like little Kirby Air starship things. But I think what makes this game really, really stand out to people was the city trial mode.
Okay.
So the city trial mode is like you're just in this kind of like smallish kind of city place, but it also has like a forest and a windmill and a volcano and like some little stuff up in the air. But basically, what you do is you drive around the city and you start with this really basic starship, and there would be other starships that would spawn kind of rarely, so you'd have to like go and try and get a better one. And like all the starships have like things they're good at. Some of them like can turn really well. Some of them fly really well, like that kind of stuff.
Right.
But then there's also crates that fall to the ground, and you bust open these crates. Some of them contain stat ups for your ship,
Okay.
so you make your ship better.
Yeah.
Other things contain items that you can hit the other players with.
Mm.
And you can also put like computers into this mode, of course. And then there's also a rare chance that so there's two like super awesome ships in the game. So there's a rare chance that like those pieces could spawn, and if somebody hit you when you had one of those pieces, you drop them.
Oh.
So it's like
Okay. Yeah.
kind of
I like
challenge
this.
to collect all three of them. And then at certain points throughout the time of in that area, kind of random events would happen. So one of these random events is a meteor shower will happen, and like meteors will start hitting the city, and like you can get hit by them. But I think they drop stuff after they explode and stuff like that.
Okay.
Some super awesome stuff like that. And then at the end, you would do like a mini game thing after like the 5 minutes or whatever time you set it to.
This sounds epic as fuck.
You do a mini game with the ship that you built.
Why have we not played this
time.
on the channel?
Yeah, we should play it sometime. It's really, really good.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, so you then like some of them are like kind of races, other ones are kind of like battle mode type things, and you can get hints at what's coming up, but like you don't really know. So like if you just build your ship towards flying, then maybe you'll get the mini game where you have to fly the longest distance.
Right.
But I don't know, maybe you'll get a battle mini game, and then you're screwed.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's interesting.
It's really cool.
Nice,
really
man. I should actually play that.
Yeah.
You know what? A game that always stuck out in my mind that like it didn't make the list, but Kirby Crystal Shards was like a dope ass game. I think Kirby's just a cool kind of game.
Definitely.
Very cool. There was something going on there in HAL. So now we got the Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh.
This changed the fucking game when it came to 3D
3
games.
San Andreas?
No. 3 was not San Andreas. So Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 were top-down games.
Yeah.
Isometric top-downs.
And then
Now Grand
3
Theft Auto
is where
3
the
is
form came in.
really the birth of the 3D open world.
Yeah.
And they killed it.
Yeah.
Like, Grand Theft... did you play a lot of this? My mom wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
But I went
had
over
a
to my
cousin
buddy's
who
house and he
had
played
one
it.
then, yeah.
And, you beat up hookers, you do that whole thing. But
Yeah.
it was just... It was awesome. You know what?
Just
and,
so open world.
So open world, but it was obviously made by gamers. Because, like, so I remember we got this sick thing set up where we're like, oh, shit, that looks like a ramp. Maybe we can jump that. So anyway, so we hop in our bike. And we're like, yeah, let's go. We get a ton of speed. And we jump up and we jump over. Like, oh, man, that's sick. And then we land. And it's like, a piece of text comes up. And it's like, you did one of these awesome jumps. And it's like, holy shit, they thought of that.
Yeah.
Like, this is made by people like me, clearly, because they want to do sick jumps like that. And it was just, I don't know, man, really fun game. And it's just
a lot of depth to it. Sweet.
Just a big fun sandbox too, right? And it paved the way for the other Grand Theft Auto games and for other big open world games like that with a big 3D environment.
Yeah, definitely.
Super cool, super fun. Driving was awesome. Like, I didn't even really give a shit about the missions or the main story.
Yeah.
It was just
been like every Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just have a big fun world to play in, man. So, I don't know. Always big on my list. Okay,
nice.
What you got?
Number 62, I have The Sims 2.
Nice.
Yeah. Really, really classic game. I think The Sims 2 is the one that I have by far the most experience with, but like I feel like it's also sort of a pinnacle of The Sims in a certain way, because it's kind of like Sims 3 and Sims 4, they're kind of trying out newer things.
Right.
But Sims 2 is it's
just refined Sims 1.
Refining Sims 1, just focusing in on what it is the Sims should be, and like, you know, all the expansions and stuff. Like, there's just so much content in that game, and I don't know, it's something you could just sink so many hours into, have a good time, and do lots of silly kind of evil things sometimes if you want. And
do you want to know something interesting about The Sims that I just remembered right now?
Yeah.
Okay, now, I didn't bring this up last time. I think I talked about Sims not too long ago in the list. But anyway, okay, so I remember this kind of vividly now. Now, it was either Sims 1 or Sims 2. But my father, who he used to play games back in the day, and he had it playing on his computer. And what he would do is, because he enjoyed it, just watching it, he would set them all to AI and just watch how they live their lives. And the weird shit that would go on. Sometimes we would walk by and be like, what the fuck? Grandpa died? Like, it was like a weird reality show that we would just watch sometimes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's real good.
Yeah, and they allowed you to do that on the PC, so he would just leave it running on his PC, and sometimes you'd walk by like, what's going on in here now? Oh shit, he's banging the boss's wife. Like, you know what I mean? And those moments came up where it was funny. Also, okay, another funny Sims story. So my brother, he got really into, I think it was Sims 3.
Yeah.
And anyway, he so he was working under this guy, and he wanted his job. But the only way he could get his job is if, like, the guy went away, basically. Yep. So what he did was he started fucking his wife and had multiple kids with his wife to the point where, like, but he was still good buddies with the husband, and he convinced the husband to, like, get a divorce or something. Then she took all his money, and then somehow he lost his job because he was just so depressed. And then he got his job.
Terrible.
Oh man, where you could do fucked up shit like that, man. Just
definitely.
Sims, great series of games. Okay, now my number 61, an amazing game, and I'm hoping you've played it, because I don't know. Do you like arcade games? Do you like getting just good at something and feeling like a badass?
I do, yes.
I think something that has really distilled that experience, Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, is amazing. It makes you feel like such a badass.
I think my only experience with it is the orthodontist that I went to had it.
So you didn't play much, eh?
No.
No. Oh, man. This game is awesome.
Yeah.
They released a sequel just like a couple weeks ago, I think, actually, which it didn't live up to the hype of the first one, because the first one was sick and came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It makes Pac-Man so much fun. So it's got the fast, intense techno music, and it's going, and you know, you're going along, and then you do something awesome, and then you can get like a big string of just like 20 ghosts that you just fucking plow through, and it makes it epic. It slows it down, and you know, it zooms in the screen, and you just get really close to the action, and you're like, holy shit, this is like a 30-year-old game, but it feels so badass. You know what I mean? Like, it's on that formula, and it's like, Pac-Man's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's just a simple concept for a game that just works with time. And the only thing that I think works better is Tetris, because Tetris is probably one of the best games of all time.
Yeah.
What you got, Kev?
My number 61, Need for Speed Underground 2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You brought me back there in the memory banks the other day. You put on a song, and I was like, I don't know if I know this song. Then as soon as it came about pushing up my buttons, I was like, it all came back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's just a customization in that game.
Yeah.
That's what I remember the most. Just like making the car that you want to make.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a Civic or a, I don't know, some actually good car. But like,
yeah,
you can make them both be awesome and make them your own. All the different shit you can unlock, like it's like 4 different paint styles or something like that. Yeah, just really, really awesome. The kind of open world thing, and like you just go to the points that have the races and stuff.
I like that
kind of stuff. And a lot of the tracks were so good, and like it felt so good to like kind of like get really good times on them and stuff. When I played it, we actually had we had it for PC, and we had a racing wheel too.
Oh wow, you were hardcore.
That was a lot of fun.
I've never played with a racing wheel. Is it better or is it harder?
Oh, it's better. Like it's the best way to play for sure. I've never played with a really, really good one, and I'd like to. Like,
not the racing wheel. Do you also have the pedals, or no?
Yeah,
How do
pedals
you...
too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's
it's got,
awesome.
Like, a stick shift on it and a few buttons and stuff. Like, yeah, really cool. But
that's sick. So you're using your feet and everything too.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It was a decent one, but like not super good because like it only did like the I don't know, about 300 degrees of rotation, like the bottom kind of 60 degrees was kind of locked out. So you don't do the actual full wheel spins that you do when you're driving.
Right.
The wheel's kind of small compared to like a car wheel and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, so...
Yeah, it'd be nice to have like a 1-to-1 so it actually feels like it. Man, doing that in VR, that'd be sick too. Plus, you talked about this. Apparently, now you can say it better than I did, but didn't someone like break the record for the fastest time in some... racing game with VR on?
I think it was Dirt 3.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And they
maybe
crushed the record.
But they crushed the record because they had a VR headset and just like the freedom to kind of like look around.
Yeah.
And they were using like a good like racing setup too with a proper wheel and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
But just the freedom to look around. Like it helps you go into the corners super properly and stuff like that. So.
And I feel like in 10 years time, like that's going to be the way to play racing games.
Definitely.
And it seems obvious because it's a way better way of doing it. And by that point, hopefully, it'll be a little more solid. You won't get your Project Cars experience. Maybe though.
Yeah.
Maybe where you almost threw up.
Well, I probably shouldn't have chosen a go-kart.
Yeah, that was probably a bad decision.
Oh
man. Yeah, some good games there.
Yeah, we're getting into like some really good games.
And I knew it would go this way.
I mean, because like these sections are probably going to get longer and longer.
They're going to get longer because they started off with like half an hour where we're like, yeah, I played this game a couple times. It was pretty good. And now we're like, this game changed my life.
Yeah.
It gets a little more epic and things like that. So, it's going to get longer and longer. And I can't wait till we get to the end of this because we got like big, spectacular stuff going on.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I just can't wait to talk about it all. Okay. I'm actually on crunch for time. I got to go right now.
Bye.
So I'm going to leave you to close out the show by yourself, Kev.
Oh, is there anything more to say?
I'm just fucking with you.
Okay,
I'm going to play the song right now. Okay, boop. Oh, man, it's the end of the song. I love this part. This song's so catchy.